everyone, Nat 1995 here with a new story for you all. It's called Megatron's Resurgence, and I give full credit to its original author, the Sith'ari, but the story was originally adapted by Dreadwing346 and Blackblood3464 fanfiction.net. Let me give you a little insight of the story. Knocked out by Megatron's Resurgence by the Sith'ari. Knocked out by Orochimaru's Gogyo-Fuin, Naruto ends up meeting and merging with his past life. Not Azura, but one of the greatest evils to ever exist, Megatron. Chapter 1. Darkness was all Naruto saw, all that he felt was nothing. It was like he was floating in an endless abyss. Damn that Kuzunin, what did that crazy lady do to me? Naruto asked himself. Not too long ago, Naruto was fighting a Kunoichi from Kusagicore. Sasuke was uncharacteristically quivering like a coward, leaving it up to him to fight her alone. The last thing he remembered was tapping into the Kyuubi's chakra to block a snake that the Kunoichi summoned to attack Sasuke, before being wrapped into her tongue and slamming her fingers onto his abdomen. As Naruto was pondering where he was and how he got here, he suddenly heard a voice coming from the darkness. How pathetic. To think I would be reincarnated as a human, and a very pathetic one at that, the voice said from the shadows. Who are you? Show yourself, you coward! Naruto shouted as he frantically looked around for the owner of the said voice. Impudent brat, it doesn't matter who I am, because we'll be becoming one soon enough, the voice said before a giant mechanical arm came out of the darkness and grasped Naruto tightly in its grip. Naruto looked up at the arm to see a giant humanoid machine that had a dark white and black body with bits of red in it, a purple symbol on its chest, as well as a dark purple face with glowing red eyes. Naruto didn't know it, but this was Galvatron, the former leader of the Decepticons before his death at Optimus Prime's hands, and one of the greatest evils in the universe. Soon a yellow aura enveloped Naruto while a black aura surrounded Galvatron before they combined and engulfed the two in a sphere that was made of their respective auras, before it shrunk down, revealing a single figure. Once the aura completely faded, the figure revealed to be Naruto, though on his face was an uncharacteristic calm and serious look on the normally hyperactive shinobi's face. Flexing his hands, while looking at them for a moment, Naruto muttered, "Interesting. It seems that there has been no physical changes, though I do feel immensely more powerful, and it seems that my personality leans more towards Galvatron's, though there are still some elements of my old personality there," before placing his hands to his sides. Feeling slight pain from his chakra flow being disrupted, Naruto channeled his chakra and the power he got from fusing with Galvatron, forcefully shattering the Gogyo-Fuin that was placed on him. Now who shall I be referred to as? I refuse to go by Naruto, that name just has too many bad memories with it. I can't refer to myself as Galvatron, my current level of power is nothing compared to that form, Naruto muttered to himself with a thoughtful expression, while scowling for a moment at the thought of all of the abuse he suffered from as Naruto. Megatron, Naruto muttered to himself, before a smirk formed on his face. Yes, that's perfect. I'll be Megatron once again, and this time there are no Autobots to get in my way, the now renamed Megatron said before he started chuckling, then broke into a full-blown laughter. Once he calmed down, Megatron gained a serious look before saying, though despite the lack of Autobots on this planet, I shouldn't get overconfident. I already have numerous enemies in this very village, just by being a Jinchuriki, and I'm pathetically weak right now, with a scowl. I may have gained a great amount of power from the merger, but it's unrefined, and from what I've seen I'm nowhere near Kakashi or Zabuza's level in their A-rank shinobi. If I want to bring this world under my control, I'll need reach a level of power that surpasses a Cajun gatherer loyal subordinates, Megatron said, before letting out a sigh. Oh well, nothing in life is easy, and I'll just have work my way from the bottom, back to the top, though most of it will have to be done in secret. With all said and done, Megatron started fading away from Void, signifying that he was starting to wake up. With Sakura, Team 9, Team 10 and the Sound Trio. Sakura didn't know what to make of all of this, though it seems that things were now within her favor. She spent a couple of sleepless days and nights, guarding her teammates before she was attacked by the Otogakure team, If it wasn't for the timely arrival of Rock Lee, then later Team 10, she would be dead by now, though they were soon caught off guard and overpowered both the Otogakure team's sound-based jutsu along with their disregard for their comrades. Though with the arrival of the rest of Team 9, it seems that things are starting to go in their favor. Though before anyone could do anything, they all soon heard a pulsing sound from the tree that her teammates were in and saw that it was coming from Naruto, as a black horse soon surrounded him. This made Sakura worried. What did Orochimaru do to Naruto? Soon the young Uzumaki got up, before looking at his right hand, and started to flex it. Seeing that everything was in order, he soon turned towards Sakura and saw that she was covered in bruises and other injuries. "Sakura, what happened when I was unconscious? Who did this to you?" Megatron asked, before he looked around the clearing with a calculating gaze. "That was me, you tree-hugging loser. What are you going to do about it?" Zaku said in a smug tone, before lifting his arms to blast the blonde to kingdom come. Seeing the holes in the Otonen's arms, Megatron disappeared in a burst and appeared right in front of him, grabbing Zaku's arms and redirecting his hands to point at his elbows. Zaku's face immediately went to one of shock and then fear. He knew what the orange-clad shinobi was planning, and unfortunately for him it was too late to stop his attack. Soon Zaku's arms were sliced off by his own attack, from the elbow down. Soon a cruel smirk appeared on Megatron's face before he tauntingly said, "While cheap tricks like that would work on some of the other genin in this exam, it'll take more than that to land a blow on me. Especially now that I've been reborn." And with that said, Megatron grabbed Zaku by the collar of his shirt and socked him right in the jaw with a chakra-enhanced punch. Soon a sick snap is heard from Zaku's neck and he fell to the ground, limp and unmoving. With that arrogant piece of shit dead, Megatron turned towards Dasu, who had just snapped out of his shock, and began charging towards him. Looking at the charging Otonen with as much interest as staring at an insect, Megatron held out his hand and soon a torrent of lightning shot out of it, causing him to scream out in agony from Megatron's attack. Soon Dasu stopped screaming and fell to the ground unmoving, causing Megatron to stop his attack. Interesting, not only did the merging increase my physical capabilities, but it seems that I still possess powers that I had when I wore the armor of Unicron, but I don't feel the Chaos Bringer's personality being merged with mine. This means that I have full access to the armor's powers without Unicron's influence, Megatron thought to himself, before letting out a roar of laughter at his discovery. Seeing that Naruto was distracted, Ino quickly cancelled her Shintenshin no Jutsu before Naruto could set his eyes on Kin. Once the Otokunoishi was free, she soon saw that her teammates were dead and Naruto laughing as he stood in between their bodies. It didn't take a rocket scientist to know what just happened, and Kin never felt so scared in her entire life, not even before or after when she joined Orochimaru. She has heard what happened to captured enemy Kunoichi, and with the fact that she was outnumbered and her chances of escape was 0 at best, Kin hoped that when they caught her, they will be kind enough to give her a quick and painless death. Though before anyone could do or say anything, a feeling of pure evil covered the clearing, causing them to look towards Sasuke as he stepped out of the tree with strange markings on his body. Taking a moment to look around, he saw that Naruto was stand between two corpses. Angered by the Dobi taking away his chance to test out his new power, he rushed at him with great speed while having his fist cocked back. Megatron would admit, if it was before his rebirth, he wouldn't be able to keep up with Sasuke's speed, but unfortunately for the Uchiha that was not the case. Right before Sasuke's punch could connect, Megatron grabbed the Uchiha's fist and with a flick of the hand, he snapped Sasuke's wrist, causing the Uchiha to let out a scream while grabbing his wrist in pain. Before Sasuke could regain his bearings, Megatron followed up by sock him straight in the gut, then landing a right hook to his jaw, sending the Uchiha back to the land of dreams. "You there, which one of you had your team's scroll?" Megatron asked Ken, causing the Otokunoishi to walk over towards Dasu's corpse and pulled out 2 Earth Scrolls and 1 Heaven Scroll. After taking the scrolls, Megatron picked up Sasuke's body before turning towards Ken and Sakura. "Come on, we're heading for the tower. Don't think I'll stop if either one of you can't keep up," Megatron said before he took to the trees, not wanting to be left behind or left in the forest alone. Ken and Sakura soon followed after him. As they were hopping through the trees, Megatron couldn't help but wonder why he told the Otokanoishi to follow him. Back in his past life he wouldn't even bat an eyelash at the possibility of his enemies being forced to fend for themselves. The only time he would even think about saving them would be if they were of use to him or if he could convert them to his side, like he did when he saved Wheeljack. I guess that the remaining elements of my old personality have more of an influence on me than I thought. Oh well, as long as it doesn't get in the way of my plans, I won't let it bother me, Megatron thought to himself as he and the two Kanoishi continued to head towards the tower. The trip to the tower wasn't all that eventful, aside from killing an AIM team that tried to ambush them and getting another Heaven Scroll. Not much happened. It didn't take long for them to arrive at the tower. Upon entering, Megatron dropped and looked at the plaque on the walls before he created a shadow clone and handed one of the scrolls to it. "Naruto, what are you doing?" Sakura asked her teammate, worried that he's going to get them disqualified, but was too afraid to do anything after how easily he dispatched the two Oto Shinobi and Sasuke. "We are supposed to open the scrolls now. The proctor said that we can't open them before we enter the tower, so I can only assume that now that we're in it, we can open them," Megatron replied as he and his clone opened the scrolls. Once opened, the scrolls began to smoke, resulting in Megatron and his clone throwing the scrolls onto the ground. Then in a puff of smoke, Megatron and Sakura saw a familiar figure standing in front of them. "Ruka-sensei, what a surprise," Megatron said in shock at the sight of his old teacher. "Hello there Naruto, Sakura, may I ask what happened to Sasuke and why an Otokanoishi is with you?" Ruka asked in both shock and happiness, shock at this turn of events and happiness at seeing his old students. Sakura immediately told Ruka what happened, their encounter with Orochimaru and the Oto team, Team 10 and Team 9's intervention, how Naruto woke up and easily dispatched the said Oto team, then finally Sasuke's awakening and how Naruto easily took care of him also, to say the least. Ruka was shocked. "I see, are you alright Naruto? Those were your first kills after all?" Ruka asked, his favorite student in worry. "It's alright Ruka-sensei, after all it wasn't the first time I've seen death," Megatron answered, though while Ruka thought he was referring to his mission in the Nami no Kuni, Megatron was actually referring to his past life as the Decepticon leader. "Anyways, I'll have Sasuke be taken to have his mark looked at, but first," Ruka began as he immediately began explaining and ranting on the meaning of what was written on the plaque, but once he was done he saw that Sakura, Naruto and Ken already left, with the only person left in the room with him being an unconscious Sasuke. A tick mark appeared on Ruka's forehead before he began muttering something about ungrateful brats and how the things he teaches them are important to their futures as shinobi. With Megatron, Sakura and Ken. "Alright, Sakura, take Ken to the Hokage. If what you said about her working for Orochimaru is true, we can get some valuable information from her, despite being just a Chunin," Megatron told his teammate. "What about you, Naruto?" Sakura asked, a little miffed at having to look after the Kanoishi from the team that attacked them. "There is something that I have to take care of first. I'll meet you once the second exams are officially over," Megatron answered, before he left the room. Well, that's the ending of that chapter. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you like to see more, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment down below. Until next time.